Hi, fourth graders. We are going to start our week 4 practice session together. So we're going to go over all the things that we did in our lesson this week. First thing we're going to do is get our violin immediately up, or viola immediately up into playing position. So we're up on the shoulder, cupcake fingers. Ready? Let's rock. We're going to start on the A string. Get your claw on the A string. Me, then you. A, 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 ready, play. A, A, A. My turn. D, 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 ready, play. D, D, D. We are going to play D, D, A, A, D, D, A, A. My turn. A, D, 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 A, D, 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 A, D, A, D, D, A, D, A, D, A, D, D. All right, let's go through our Lion Sleeps Tonight progression. Call that a chord progression, how it changes over throughout the whole song. It progresses. So we start with 2 Ds, followed by 2 open Gs, followed by 2 Ds, followed by 2 As. Let's get our violin viola up into position, up on the shoulder. Ready? Let's rock. We'll do this together. Here we go. Ready, and D is first. D, go to G, 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 then D, D, then A, back to D, 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 then G, G, D, D, A. And then we're going to switch to the chorus of the tune where we play 4 of each one. Reminder, when you're plucking quicker, smaller movements will be much better for you and for your finger. Ready? Let's rock. 4 apiece, starting on D. 1, 2, and here we go. D, 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 G, 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 D, 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 A. Let's stop right there. In our lesson this week, we talked about how to practice alone or with friends. And we started off that whole process by counting with the leader and then having the group respond. So the leader would say 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the rest of the group says 1, 2, ready, play. So if you are alone, you would say that whole thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready, play. And then you'd play. But since it's me and you, I'm going to say it, and then we will do it together. Here we go. Let's get our instruments up. We're going to start with the verse of The Lion Sleeps Tonight. Cupcake fingers. We're getting ourselves ready so that when we slide that hand back here in a little bit, we're ready to go. Ready, let's rock. We're on the D string. I say it first. We're going to go half notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, play. D, D, then G, G, D, D, A. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. 4 quarters. Ooh, I'm away. Ooh, I'm away. 1 D and stop. We are going to now get our left hand back into playing position. We did this last week, but this is good review for everybody. Just because we learned it one week doesn't mean we can't keep practicing it. We're going to keep building on our skills, which means we need to review. We're going to get our violin or viola up into playing position. Remember, we talked about the heel here. Fingers are up on their cupcake fingers. And we slide back just to that first finger tape. You can see that. And I'm gonna swing my wing and I say, ole, fancy 3. Third finger is on the D string on blue. And we are gonna practice them a little bit differently this week, and that's okay. So sometimes we need to do things a little bit different to work on the same skill so that everybody understands. We're gonna keep that third finger down. Tap your thumb, tap, 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 because we don't wanna squeeze. We want this to be nice and loose. Now, we're gonna hold this, we're gonna count back from 10. And then as we get to 3, we're gonna peel off that finger. So we've got, we'll go this way. Let's see. Yes, 3. Peel off, we go to 2. Peel off, we go to 1, and then done. Okay, so here we go. Starting with cupcake fingers. We're gonna slide back, ole, fancy 3. Counting backwards from 10 to a quick little tap. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, peel off, 2, peel off, 1, peel off, none. We're gonna do that again. And as you peel those fingers off, or you're lifting them off, we just want to lightly lift them. So when we do this, we're not going like this with our fingers. We want to keep them still up on their tips right above the string. So we can put them down quick when we need to. As opposed to, we want our fingers real close. So let's try that again. Cupcakes, slide back, ole, fancy 3. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, peel off, 2, peel off, 1, and now done. Are your fingers close? Are they close? Are you crushing the critter? No. Drop that wrist. Nice and straight. All right. Now, when we did this before, instead of going all the way to open, we went 3, 2, 1, and then over to the A string. And when we have one finger on the A string, we get B. So let's try that together. Here we go. We're just going to walk ourselves back. Cupcake fingers, slide back. Ole, fancy 3. No countdown this time. We're just going to start with 3. Now go to red with your second finger. 2, lift off. 1 on yellow, lift off. And now we're going to go over to the A string. So 1 is on the A string. Ready? Let's rock. We're going to play B, B, B. Play with B. Ready? Go. B, B, B. Try that again. B, B, B. Now let's just play open A. All we do is lift off. Let me just flip myself this way so you can see. There we go. So we have B, 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 and we lift off. A, A, A. Let's try that together. Here we go. And B, B, B. Open A, 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 A. Back and forth. B, B, B. Back to A, 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 A. One more. B, B, B. Back to A, 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 A. Remember when we put our fingers down, we want to make sure the string is all the way depressed so that we stop the vibration on the other side, and so we get a nice ring. This week in our lesson, we learned a new note. We learned that when we add, first of all, when we add one finger to a string, we move forward in the alphabet one letter. So A became B. But what happens when we do it on the D string? Well, when we add one finger on the D string, we get E. So we're gonna go cupcake fingers. When we slide back, ole, fancy 3 is on blue, 2 goes to red, and now 1 is on the D string. This is the note E. Yes, we already have E, but this E is on the D string. Okay, so let's try that again. We're gonna go cupcakes. We're gonna slide back, ole, fancy 3 to 2 to 1. And we're gonna play E, 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 ready, go. E, 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 again. E, 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 again. E, E, E. Do a quick tapping of your thumb. Make sure you're not squeezing. Is there still a skylight here? Is there still a nice little hammock? Okay, let's try it again. Ready, let's rock. Me, you. E, 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 your turn. E, E, E. Let's release that. Let's go to open D. Oh, it feels good. D, D, D. Ready, go. D, D, D. Let's go back to 1. E, E, E. Ready, go. E, E, E. Back to D. D, D, D. Your turn. D, D, D. All right. It's similar to the A string, but because we're on the D string, the string is a little bit thicker. And so that means we need to make sure that our finger is all the way down. Now, we're going to learn a song that we may have gotten to in your lesson. And if we didn't, that's okay too. But here's how it's going to work. We're going to start with D 3 times, add 1 finger for E, 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 stay put, E, 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 release, D, 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 let's sing that, D, 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 add 1, E, 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 stay put, E, 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 release, D, D, D. All right, let's get our violin or viola up into position, up and in, up on the shoulder. This is probably a good time. We're building up this muscle here between our shoulder and our jaw. Can you do look, Ma, no hands? Are we ready for that yet? And if it drops, that means that we're not secure up here. We want to make sure it's up on the shoulder. Starting with cupcakes. Slide back, ole, fancy 3 to 2 to 1 to none. Why do we do that if we're starting with open D? Well, it's because we want to get our hands shaped all set and ready to go. When you start a race, you don't start just from standing and then just take off. You got to get yourself ready to go. So that's what we're doing. We're getting our hand ready to go. Cupcake fingers, slide back, ole, fancy 3. All right, to 2, to 1, and none. So now we're ready. We're in hover mode. We're over the strings. Starting with D 3 times. Let's do that count off like we did before. So I say 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, play. Got it? D string. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, play. D, 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 add 1. E, 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 stay put. E, 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 release. D, D, D. Let's do that again. Relax your fingers. Put your wrist down. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Let's get those in. This time when we do it, instead of just playing it, can we also say it at the same time? Say it or sing it. So instead of saying 1, 2, ready, play, we're going to mash up sing and play or say and play, and we get slay. So when you say 1, 2, ready, slay, we sing and play at the same time. All right, instruments up. Here we go. Whoop. Up on the shoulder, cupcakes. Slide back. Ole, fancy 3 to 2 to 1 to none. We're gonna slay it, y'all. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, slay. D, 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 add 1. E, 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 stay put. E, 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 go back to D, release. D, 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 let's do it again. Ready, go. D, 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 add 1. E, 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 stay put. E, 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 release, and D, D, one more time. Because you know we're all about the D, no fingers at 1. We're all about the E, first finger. We're all about the E, first finger, release. We're all about the D, How'd you do? Do you remember that song? When we did our instrument recruitment, Mr. Radspinner was the one that played it on the bass and we sang in the background, except we didn't sing those words. We sang all about that bass, no treble. Remember, is it all coming back? That's what we just learned. So if you struggled with that, pause here, rewind, and do that again. Now, new thing. We're going to combine our E and our B, and here's how we're going to do it. I need you to think back to Moanin'. Bum, ba, da, 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 dee, dee, ba, ba, da, 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 dee, dee. Instead of playing D, though, we're going to play E, E, ba, ba, da, 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 E, E. And then we switch to B instead of, because before it was A, 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 A. But now we're going to go B, 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 B. Instead of playing open strings, we're going to put first finger on the D string and then back over to the A string. All right, let's try first. Let's get our hands set before you add the music. Slide back, ole, fancy 3 to 2 to 1. We're staying 1 on the D. Ready? Let's rock. We got 1 finger firm down. Here I sing, you play. Bum, ba, da, 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 E, E, ba, ba, da, 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 E, E, ba, ba, da, 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 E, E, ba, ba, da, 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 E, E. And then we do 4 B's. B, B, B. Back to E, E. Make sure you're on the D string with 1 finger. Back to B, B, B. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ba, ba, da, 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 E, E. Get the idea? All right, let's put a track with it and we can play with the same song, except now it's on E. Do a quick little shoulder shrug, get yourself ready, and get your violin or viola up right away. Here we go. Slide that hand back. I'm just going to press play here. Hopefully we'll get the right thing. Here we go. E, 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 E. Stay put on E. E, 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 E. Go to B. B, B, B. Back to E. E, E, E. Back to B. B, 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 B. 1 on the D string. E, 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 E. All right, nice people. If you struggle with that, go back, rewind, do that one again. Last thing, I'm going to give you a quick preview of what's to come. I want you to see if you can figure it out. So if I'm on the D string, and we know when we add 1, we're going forward in the alphabet. If I'm on E, and I add the next finger, which is 2 on red, what is the name of this note? D, E, and then what? I'm not going to tell you the answer, but maybe you'll figure it out. And then we're going to get our instrument up into playing position. And once you have that established, we're going to slide that hand back, ole, fancy 3, and we're going to stop on 2. And you're going to play this pattern. You ready for it? 2, 1, open on the D string. So it sounds like this. 2, 1, open. And then we'll add open, 1, 2, 1, open. Let's try it again. Ready? Here we go. 1, and we'll slay it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready, slay. 1, open. Put 2 fingers back down, ready, and 1, open. 4 Ds. D, E, ooh, new note, E, D. Ah. So we've got 2 new things here. 1, what is the name of the note? And 2, did you recognize that song? That is a beginner song that we've got to cross off our list. And I'm super excited to see who's really going to come to their next lesson knowing what that is. Y'all have a great week. If you have questions, always you can message me in Schoology or catch me in the halls. But in the meantime, remember, when it's difficult, you are learning. See y'all later. And peace.